All right, well let's try an example that might be a little more difficult. Where say our a value is not 1. So let's say we have an equation y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. Also not factorable. Not that that's really a big deal here. Okay, so we actually start this the same way we would before, by moving the 5 to the other side. So y minus 5 equals 2x squared minus 8x. Here's where it gets a little bit different. We actually, in order to complete the square, we actually have to divide or factor out this a term from both of these. And luckily in this case, we can take a 2 out of each of these without creating fractions. So over here, when we factor that 2 out or divide it out, we're left with x squared minus 4x. So factoring that 2 or dividing that out of each. And over here we still have y minus 5. Okay, so that's setting us up to where we can complete a square. By the way, this will eventually be our a value, which is why it matches the a value here. Anyway, so let's we're going to set up our blanks. Before I really finish this side, I'm going to leave a little room. When we go to set up this side, inside the parentheses, I'm going to have x squared minus 4x plus blank, right? Just like we had done before, it's just in parentheses with the 2 out in front. And here's where we're going to be a little bit careful. Whatever value we add in here that will make this a perfect square, it's really 2 times that number. I think of this 2 as, we distribute that back through. It's 2 times this number. So when we add the equal value over here, it's really 2 times that value as well. Okay, so let's complete the square. I'll show you what I mean there. Here's our b value, and of course the number that goes here is b over 2, or half of b squared. So in this case b was negative 4, so negative 4 over 2 squared, which is negative 2 squared, which is positive 4. So 4 will complete the square on each side. But remember, that's really 2 times 4. We really added a value of 8 to this side of the equation. And that's what we're adding over here. 2 times 4, or 8 to this side, keeping it balanced. So negative 5 and 8 gives us positive 3. And over here, we can even factor that as our perfect square now. So remember, it's that half of b before we squared it. In this case, negative 2, so x minus 2 squared. And our very last step is just to move the 3 back over, and this will be in vertex form. So 2 times x minus 2 squared minus 3. And that's in vertex form, where my a value is 2, positive 2, so it's going upwards twice as fast as it normally would, so it's a little bit skinnier or more narrow of a parabola. And our vertex is at the point 2, negative 3. And of course, don't forget, we could really get our y-intercept is right there as well. It's positive 5. It's our y-intercept. So lots of things we know about that graph.